Wake up with the BCE News. We welcome staff, students, and visitors to our broadcast. We begin our broadcast with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is Friday, January 19th. It is a day 4 in the specialist schedule. Today's lunch is poppin' popcorn chicken. Sides are mashed potatoes with gravy, garden patch salad, oven-baked garlic breadstick, fresh veggies with dip, fresh and canned assorted fruit, Uncrustable with yogurt and granola, Munchie Bunch Yum Box. Contains muffins, string cheese yogurt, goldfish crackers, fresh veggies with dip, and fruit variety. The weather outside is partly cloudy and a high of 40. Here's our top stories. Hopefully you wore your spirit gear today and are sending the Vikings good vibes. The school store will be open today. Now for a joke. Where did the teacher send the Viking when he got sick in class? Where? To the school nurse. Well, please welcome Miss McDonald.
Well, happy Friday, everyone. Did you wear your purple and gold? We have to keep our fingers crossed that the Vikings do their very best on Sunday afternoon and that we have a chance at the Super Bowl. But you've been doing your very best all week. It's been a great 4 days, and that's because you've been respectful, open and cooperative, always safe and responsible to self and others. And we've been giving out Paw Pride tickets like crazy. I have to actually run some more today. It's unbelievable. A couple of things to remind you of. There is no school on Monday. We've been talking about that all week. It's a PD day for the teachers, and it looks like you might have a snowy day from what they're talking about. There might be some snow. Before you leave today, it is very important. I noticed yesterday when I was going to run somebody out to the bus that had missed theirs, that there were some people who left their boots. You're going to need those boots if it does snow on Monday, or even if you're going sledding or something on the weekend. So please remember to take your boots, your coats, your snow pants, anything you have. We will put the lost and found that we collected out in front of the heart of the city. And then today, teachers, if you would like, you can go by with your students and see if any of those great coats and hats and snow pants are theirs. Now, it wouldn't be a Friday without our Paw Pride winners, so listen carefully for your name, and if I call it, please remember to come down to the office. Now, from kindergarten, from Mrs. Currance's classroom, is Chankaya Ram Sabiani. From Mrs. Van Bergen's classroom is Yadiel Jimenez. From Mrs. Palmetier's, Sebastian Nunn. And from let me see, I want to say it's Mrs. Reeves, but I think I missed her today. From first grade, we have Mrs. Benson. From her room is Drew Schultz. From Mrs. Boulat is Elena Gibbon. From Mrs. Wilkinson is Kellen Lawson. And from Mrs. Williams is Eleni Jacobson. Going to our second graders, from Mrs. Taylor-Thone is Cooper Baker. From Mrs. Kreckelberg is Shashu Thamala. From Mrs. De Gustafson's is Christian Artega Garcia. From Mrs. Swenson is Levi Schoenberg. From Mrs. McNabb is Caden Gillitzer. From third grade, Mrs. Bogart is Lila Henches. From Mrs. Torrey is Justin Barnes. Mrs. Rowley's classroom is Logan Michelson. From Mrs. Meyer and 545 is Zachary Daly. From Mrs. Ottinger is Eddie Kochek. From Mrs. Constantine, Hannah Grimm. From Mrs. Aker, Dawson Perry. And from Mrs. Henderson is Lindsay Brothers. And Mr. Landerby is Tasha Plain. So if I didn't call one for your classroom, it meant that I didn't get it, but we can always add that on later, and we'll let you know who you are. The baskets in the office have the prizes. Great job. Let's keep on roaring with pride. And have a nice long weekend. The teachers have to work on Monday, but you don't. And please remember to take those boots home with you. Have a great one.
Thank you for watching. Our broadcast is brought to you by Anna Allen, Riley Rutledge, and our tech crew, Megan Leeson. Have a great day, and remember, pride.